Hi guys, welcome to this little bit of in-depth view of what I actually learned from Unity. It's kind of complex, and don't get me wrong, I'm new to this genre, and this genre here, Unity is like a game developer important tool, and there is Unreal Engine, there is Unity, there is Houdini, which is more complex. So what I actually learned while I'm actually at the course is Unity is some sort of like a modeling tool, but in the same time there is coding, there is quite a few scripting here and there, but I don't think I can show the script. But we'll see. I mean, I have to use another tool to probably open up Unity coding, but this is definitely interesting here is what I actually built in depth. So what I have on my screen is John Lemon. What is John Lemon is a character, and this character is supposed to be in a haunted house. In a minute or two, I'm going to show you what I actually get to work on, and this will be very interesting product. Please note, all the sound that came from this Unity is definitely come from the original file. If you pay attention, the wall is actually flickering and the light is flickering. There's sound effect going on, and there is this John Lemon that I'm controlling with my keyboard. And if you spot earlier on, the hot tub, there is a ghost. Let me show you the more in-depth version of the ghost. There, the ghost is taking a shower, there's a sink, and there is a heater. But it's not as scary as the realistic ghosts as AAA games, but this is definitely something equivalent to that. But if you use Houdini, you can improve more on the sculpting on this productivity. But this will be something minor for a lot of people. So what I stop here is because, like I said, it's very complex. And there is some student actually went to the class with experience with 10 years experience or 5 years experience in Unity, and they develop games from the earliest to the 2D dimension games and very demanding productivity things going on the profile. But a lot of complex is when I first start in Unity is I'm totally blank from day one, and from scratch I have to build and build and build like Lego stack, and all of a sudden different step coming in and out, and it's like very troublesome for the entire 3 hours. I very frustrating is when you don't know how to create something on my own term. But experience wise, there is more to complex that in that, like you see a game and interface, but later on down the road, if you're really into Unity, you probably need to buy Unity license. No pun intended. It's really expensive. And then this will be a very, very skeptical way that I never used Unity before. I mean, I used to want to learn about Unity and get hands-on. So I got my taste today. So I got my taste from day 1 and day 2 and day 3 and day 4. So on, and we are already halfway through, and we just got notification that this coming Monday is our one shot exam, and it's a 15 question long URB pop quiz, and it's one time tryout only, and if you fail you need to pay money. We are stunned to hear this, but there is some help going on from the group to group priority wise, but if I really need to ask them, it's better to ask the experience with Unity. They have some serious backbone there, and there is like, for example, prefab. There is quite a few things. Let me pull up the list that I actually seen quite a few. If you see the John Lemon, this is how complex. Let me move my camera so you can see the entire view. Very complex. From the right hand panel is the in what you call it as a navigator, or what you call it as a inspector. Inspector 2, you can set the things like numbers and how to rotate and all these little small thing here. And you can see quite a few things on the screen panel, but some things I won't be talking here is a lot of things here. And there is way to go into prefab mode. And if you see on the left where I'm pointing, the left hand panel, so this is what you get once you enter prefab mode. And prefab mode, there is a lot of insanity crazy lucky draw that you probably won't know of. And cancellation back to normal. And there's scene mode, game mode, and there is this what you call it, access store, but I don't think I will be needing it for the moment. I have no potential way to go in anyway. So this is quite very in depth from one-to-one exchanges. I never have experienced Unity before, but this is a taste of your own medicine. I never learned coding until like, damn, not easy. Probably you can't see, but let me try to adjust. Sometimes phone is not very multifunctioning here. But there's a lot of file scripting here and there. But once in a while, if you're very expert in coding, you want to pick up a challenge. There is challenge for mini games like Lego, and there is card game, there is racing game, there is shooting games. You can create all these genre by learning Unity first. But after Unity, if you're very ready and in depth, you can jump into Houdini, those Ubisoft developer tool that I don't think I might be needing, because it's Unity is quite powerful in a sense, but Houdini, on the other hand, is a 7-day trial, so it's quite weird. Like, it's very expensive as well, and this is quite a good tool to have. Let me see if I can pick up a script file and see whether it works. As you can see, why I jump into script mode is gonna be funny in a while, but I don't know whether I can midstream change to script view. Let's give it a try. Usually it won't, but I have to change the setting. Yeah, it's definitely not showing. Otherwise, I have to probably add. Yep, I have to add the setting here. So this is what the coding look like. Imagine yourself sitting in the computer. You need to be 24 hours, 36 hours coding, and it's like pushing out product. This is more in depth. You got, this is basic one. It's gonna be public class, and this is the name, player movement. You got public float turn speed equal 20f, and you can see the code here is definitely something that quite in depth, and it's this is the John Lemon actual prefab scripting on the script. I never see this before, but animators like Disney, Walt Disney, they know how to actually go through all this, but I give you my own hint and on my own opinion. No pun intended. Please don't shoot me. I know animators are gonna get pissed off, but this time I have no idea what I'm doing. I just follow the lecturer, like showing up on Zoom call and tell me what to do and what to write. And if the error code came by, you can ask for actual help. So I run into quite a few problems. Day one from the coding itself is definitely harder, but day two will be more harder. This is just part two for the player movement, as you can see. So back to normal view. Unity is a hardcore tool. I can give you the ideology itself, but whether you're very fundamental or are you strong in the producting on video game creating or the genre of coding, Unity is very helpful in hospital view, hospital and gaming, and you can, let's just say, hyperly creating a hospital. Like you can create, imagine I can create John Lemon here. What if you can create an entire floor of hospital view here on the Unity? You will be more fundamentally to find out the map is bigger than this, and the coding will be much more bigger. And there is quite a few things that I don't want to show, but there is view that the manual that can actually help you. Give me a minute. I'm going to like pull up some things. So what I pull up is a file, and what I'm seeing here is what we actually learn from one-to-one exchanges is like the manual script is definitely there. The tutorial, prefab, cinema machine, and Naba mesh. That those things are very new. To be honest, if you're starting from scratch, you definitely will run into quite a few cough out. You will run into some serious issue where you will be immediately lost after like 1 or 2 days of Unity courses. And what I known, there's people really drop out, like two people. One is definitely because of the financial situation, or the second one from administration group is one of the student left because unknown reason, and we don't know actually. So very weird. There's in quite a few co-op here that we need to like understand is very different. And there is also tutorial online like teaching you how to explain the, what you call it, as a quantum nomus or quanta runes or whatsoever. It is hard to pronounce, but if you search it up online, there is some sort of form where people actually talk about this thing more in depth, and the exam will be covering 1 to 15 question, half here, half there, so must be very high alert on certain things that we're actually doing. And the exam did come with tricky question. I encountered a few like hiccups here. Is like the exam can be, which one is not listed in Unity? That's the question. Or this is listed as a Unity, like what is the code for this and what is the code for that. There is something like that. And in my days on the Microsoft examination for code developing, this is way more complex than what I'm actually learning in Microsoft. So this is a in-depth view of what I'm actually gonna face on Monday. So if you're planning to go out, I probably note to self is I need to study all these criteria, and I need to be 70% score point of the mark, and I cannot say there is any help. If that day come, I didn't prepare, then that's a good game, GG. But it's very bad that the way that the exam comes is like, oh no, the situation that, oh no, but they did tell you today you need to be prepared, and then you got 5 days from now the exam will start, and the time will tick tock tick tock. There's a online Zoom timer for 45 minutes or maybe an hour, but the exam come to us like a hit in the face. Like they will tell you the very serious of this is they will be seeing your score and they will award you if you can pass. But there is a high chance that I myself as a newbie, I really don't know what's going on. So I will be jumping a lot here as I need to go through a lot of study. So therefore, if you don't see stream later on, and if like very late at night no stream, I will be updating the Facebook page to let you guys know that it's cancelled, and which day is labeled is there as well. Until further notice, I think I might have to study very very hard on this cohort. And this article is very in depth, and I have to remember a lot of coding here. So there is so many things that I don't know about Unity, but this is a piece of medicine that I can't swallow. I myself can't swallow, but there is people that have experience in Unity 5 to 10 years. Very good applaud for them, saying that they are very good for what they're doing with experience. They have some sort of experience general here to help you out. If you ask them properly, they will probably give you a hint or two, but they won't help you out with exam. They will tell you, my sweat is all here. They will tell you, oh no. I myself is not a professional, but I run into quite a few things that I don't know about Unity, but I have to ask the lecturer. But sometimes I myself will get brain fried. after the explanation, I will start to haywire. My brain will start to haywire. But for all those in-depth developer, like game developer, they might got gear, like their brain is gearing up like the reboot system on the PC. Like they can add RAM on their brain and they can remember what to do and what's the speed and all sort of things they can do instantly. But if you ask a newbie to do this kind of coding, I myself will be the first one to screw up. But like what the lecture advice is, learn as much as you can, and the 5 days is starting today and starting now, that we need to be precise to remember all the exam question and sometimes take note. The situation is very big and it's a big deal that we have only one shot in examination, so we have to understand it's not something that I said is okay, but later on something will screw up. And it's an open book exam, but there may be changes into the question that we don't know of, and we need to like find out. I myself is not a big fan about the one shot exam. It's like very troublesome, and you don't know what to gather. Like you will not find out until the very day itself, and you will be very mind. Let's just say in game developer, you need to like have a stable mindset and a cool mindset to remember what is important. And important thing is noting down the situation and what you might encounter. And I myself is a heavy computer user. And I gotta go, so I have a meeting with an person going on, so I will have to AWOL from the streaming. But what I'm saying is I'm a heavy user on the tablet, so whatever note that is written will be given. Excuse me, my phone is keep ringing, but I have to go now. So I will have to go, and I see you guys on my. Whenever I can live stream, I can, but I do my best not to.